Okay guys, so I'm just going to talk you through what we got here with the brakes. So on here, this part here is the actual piston. Okay, so when you put your foot down on the brake, this is the part of the caliper that actually pushes out onto the actual brake pad, which is this part here. This is the metal side of the brake pad, okay, and this part here, which I'm just going to try and show you, is actually this part in between there and the disc. Now I'm going to slowly rotate the disc so you can actually see which is which. So that's the actual disc moving there. So the bit next to it is the actual pad itself, the friction lining. Okay, so that friction lining, the legal limit for this, guys, is 1 millimeter. Yeah, it's pretty low. But what I would always recommend if you're doing a service, if that is anywhere near 2.5 to 3 mil, you should really be advising yourself or your customers that those need replacing, because once they're on 3 mil, 2 mil, the 2 mil that's left really won't take long to go. Yeah, it depends on how heavy you are on your brakes. So that's the inner pad. Now if we come around this side, we can see the disc, and then we can see the outer pad, which is a little bit difficult to light up. There you go. So that's the actual friction lining of the pad there. So you've got the metal part of the pad. Okay, so we've got this part here, where the screwdriver is actually, now I'm going to scrape that off so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, get my light back in there so you can actually properly see it. So you can see right in there, guys. Yeah, that is, so I would say that there is about 6 to 7 mil on there. Okay, so those pads are good. If we actually come back out, what we're looking for on the actual caliper itself is that the retaining clips are in their correct place, and that literally holds the caliper on so that when you're braking it doesn't rattle about at all. Okay, then we're looking at the actual discs. The discs on the outside are actually pretty good. They've got a small amount of rust lip on there, but we could clean that up just to give them a little bit of extra life. But that's good practice. You don't have to do that, and we're literally looking for any scoring, any damage. If it looks like an old record, then we really need to be thinking about changing it. Also, we can get a digital micrometer in here and actually check against manufacturers' recommendations, to make sure the discs aren't too thin. Once they get below the manufacturer's specifications, they will need replacing because they won't be effective because of the